most holy, serene, and even the Spirit that moved upon the water according to Genesis chapter 1. We thank you for all that you've done. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your favor. We thank you for everything that you've done. We ask you to make us wise, to make us circumspect, for the times that we live in are evil. And we ask you to help us to do those things which please you, even the sacrifices, even those things that they represent. And we thank you for all the things that you have taught us and shown us throughout the years, the days, and the numbers that you have given us of blessings, and just pouring upon us your loving kindness, even your reprimands. And we thank you for these things. And we ask you to deal with us, our children, our nations, our people from the north, south, east, and west. And we thank you for all things. We give you the glory. Yes, we give you the glory. Yes, because in the end, we win. If we endure till the end, we win. Oh, we thank you for all these things. Yes, in your name. Yes. We thank God for you, you, and you. I'm Mr. Clay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those of you on TikTok and YouTube platforms. We're in Leviticus chapter 5, the 5th chapter of Leviticus. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness, whether he has seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. Now, what this is saying, integrity before the Most High. You do not see God. You do not see the Spirit of God. But yet you're surrounded by so much iniquity, so much uncleanness, so much thing. Now, this is for Israel. This is not for everybody. This is not for the heathen nations. This is for anybody. This is for Israel and those who would cleave unto Israel. Because nations have their own gods. These gods are what God used to deal with Israel with. Now, he says, if a soul hear the voice of swearing and is a witness, whether he has seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, you heard the voice of swearing, and you known of it, and you done an utter, he shall bear his iniquity. In other words, before God. This is you and God, your relationship between you and God. Not you and the church or you and anybody else. If a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of a clean beast, or a carcass of an unclean cattle, or a carcass of an unclean creeping thing, if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty. Between you and God, between you and what you know of God. This has been taught throughout the history of Israel, even the Bantu, even the Israelitish countries. Now, or if he touch the unclean of a man, whosoever uncleanness it be, that shall a man be defiled withal, it shall be hid from him, and when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty. In other words, you're not guilty of this until it's revealed to you that you have dealt with an unclean person. It's the same thing. You walking around and you dealing with in this heathen nation. You got a lot of women that are on their menstrual cycle and all these things, and God tells you this is an unclean thing, yet you're unclean. Seriously. This law has really not passed. I'll show you why later. But anyway, I'm going to show you how none of the laws really passed later. Okay? It's going to shock you. But anyway, he says now, if a soul swear pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good, whosoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him when he knoweth of it, and he shall be guilty in one of these. In other words, your integrity between you and God alone. What you utter with your mind or your mouth. This is the cleanness of Israel. This is the clean of the Bantu. This is clean of those who name the name of the Most High, even those who have cleaved unto Israel. Now, and it shall be when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he has sinned in that thing. He shall confess to who? The Levitical priest. Because between him and God, God knoweth this. God sees him. See, this is the man of integrity. This is like a man like Job, that would sacrifice because maybe he might have thought the wrong thing. Now he shall bring his trespass offering. Now this is what you call, these are trespasses. Now you can write that down or say trespasses. These are trespasses. unto the I am for his sin. In other words, between you and God. Not you and anybody else, but your thoughts. The things you've done when nobody saw you. These things are between you and God. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto the I am for his sin which he has sinned, a female from the flock, or a lamb, or a kid of the goats for the sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him according to his sin. And if he be not able to bring a lamb, then he shall bring for his trespass which he hath committed the 2 turtle doves or young pigeons unto the I am for a sin offering, and for other burnt offerings. Now, what he's saying is that you're gonna confess this thing to your Levite. You're gonna confess it, and the Levite should know this law, and they're gonna tell you thus and so. Okay, now, and he shall sprinkle. This is what the Levite gonna do. He said, now we go back to 8. He said, he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering, and wring off his head from his neck, but shall not divide it in sunder. But he shall sprinkle of the blood and sin offering upon the side of the altar, and rest the blood, and shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. It is a sin offering. In other words, it's just like the bullocks and all that, or the young pigeons in the first chapter that we witnessed. That you're gonna cut him, then you're gonna break him open, and that's it. Okay. Now, if he be not able to bring two turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he that sins shall bring forth his offering for the 10th part of an ephah of fine flour for a sin offering, and he shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereof, for it is a sin offering. Yes, it is a sin offering. Then shall he bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his handful of it, and even a memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar according to the offerings made by fire unto the I am. It is a sin offering. Okay, it's transgression against the law. It's transgression against it's transgression. In other words, it's a trespass offering. Really, your trespasses. You said, forgive us our trespasses. Did you say that? Yes, forgive us our trespasses. And the priest shall make an atonement for him as touching his sin that he hath forgiven in one of these, and it shall be forgiven him, and the remnant shall be the priest as a meat offering. In other words, the priest gonna get fed, and you get forgiven. Because what? It's not the fact of the turtle doves, the fact that you obeyed. Yes. Now, these things have been taken away by the heathen. You cannot get a lot of these things, and if you do sacrifice them, you might go to jail. So what did they do? You have to take account of the Israelites that were in the different captive communities, that the Babylon, the Persian, and all these other things. They could not do these things. So what did they do? Story for other days. Okay, anyway. If a soul committed trespass and sin through ignorance in the holy things of the Lord, then he shall, or Most High, he shall bring forth his trespass unto the I am, a ram without blemish, out of the flocks with, in other words, you make the holy oil, or you stumble or something, you touch something that is holy and you not holy, you're going to have to do this. He says, now, with thy estimation of shekels of silver, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for a trespass offering, and he shall make amends for the harm that he had done in the holy thing. In other words, you did something that you shouldn't have done. And he hath a 5th part thereunto, and give it unto the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering, and it shall be forgiven him. Now, if a soul sin and commit any of these which are forbidden to be done by the commandments of the I am, though he knew it not or wist it not, yet he is guilty, he shall bear his iniquity. And he shall bring a ram without blemish of the flock with thy estimation for the trespass offering unto the priest, and the priest shall make an atonement for him according to the ignorance therein he's erred and wist not, and he shall be forgiven him. Now it is a trespass offering. He has certainly trespassed against the I am, between you and the I am. Yes, God, Tata and Zumbi. Yes, these things have not passed. You're going to find out why, because this thing in the New Testament is a whole different thing. It's twisted, maligned, and everything. But with that, we're going to say peace.